why your husband left you. Yeah, Grandma, that's hi. Welcome to News with Chip Chapley. I'm your host, Chip Chapley. Now, today we're going to be talking about a new cruise ship that just set sail in this year, 2005. Let me go over the quick specifics of the ship called the Costa Concordia. It's a fun little name there. It was ordered in 2004 to be built in Trestini, Italy by Naval Corporation. Yeah, Carnival is actually the cruise ship that it goes under. It was built in the shipyard in Ghana. It's 290 meters long with two, count them, 21 megawatt electric motors combined with fixed-pitched propellers. It'll reach a speed of 23 knots and it'll hopefully be sailing all the way through the year 2020 when the ship gets decommissioned. Thank you. Well, now we know why you have to shave your cat before you go to eat it for dinner. What? This just in, there's been a crash of a cruise ship called the Costa Concordia off the island of Tuscany. It's a very small island out there that it's sinking by. Apparently, the ship ran aground and got scraped to the bottom and around a 50-meter gash in the side of the boat. It is taking on drastic amounts of water, which is causing the boat actually to tilt to the side as it starts to go under. And it says here that the captain during this time has been trying to steer the ship towards safer ground, hoping to get shallow waters where the cruise ship can run aground and this way be safe and not endangering the passengers. It looks like now actually that the boat is drifting since the engine cut off from a generator failure, which is what he also told the different people on board to help them not freak out. But it turns out that the drifting is moving way too far to the side, and it may look like the boat is going to end up sideways on the rocks. Now, many maritime studiers at this point believe that the disaster itself could have been avoided if the captain stuck with the chosen routes on the actual trip. He decided to go closer to the islands because he felt that it would give a better view for the passengers on board and wanted to provide a once-in-a-lifetime experience by getting to a spot that no one else has been in. The issue with this is he avoided and ignored some of the radar signals saying that they were getting too shallow, which caused the boat to actually run aground at this point. And the main issue was the fact that there was a rock jetty off to the side that the radar didn't pick up at the time. This meant that where it looked like it was deep enough, there were still pieces that were jetting out far enough to scratch the side of the boat while still being in deep enough waters to keep the boat floating itself. At this point, we've gotten notice that the boat has actually run aground at this point. It is off the coast of the island that it was circling before for that day. The boat is now tilted very, very sideways, and there are 33 people unaccounted for at this time. The rest of the 4,000 or so passengers have left the ship, including the captain, which most people find to be very outrageous and scandalous. There's actually reports here of one of the other workers on board screaming at the captain, using a lot of foul language, as in the F word or different language, saying, "Get back on the boat, you B word." This is very upsetting to many people of the ship, and we hope to find these 33 people by the end of the day. Thank you. Hello, welcome to Cynthia Gladensfield Gossip Rag. I'm here today to talk about all the gossip that's going on in the world today. Another fun gossip gag to hear is the captain of the Costa Concordia apparently was trying to impress a lady friend when he was steering the boat, which some people attribute to actually the crash because if he was paying attention, he wouldn't have smashed the boat. Well, you know what they say men think with. Well, now we'll get back to you, Jim, and he could tell us all about the fun facts about the Costa Concordia sinking. Back to you, Jim. Hello, I'm Yekaterina Petrovna Zemloshkova, head engineer about the Costa Concordia disaster, and today I'll be updating you on all the information that we have today to date. So, under the command of Captain Francisco Scineto, the Costa Concordia hit a rock off the island of Iglo in 2012, that was believed to be January. The actual reason is unknown, although there is many different speculations about what actually caused the disaster. Some people speculate that it was the captain trying to impress a lady friend, and other people believe that he was just trying to show off his machismo. Now, the rock that the ship actually did hit toward a 53-meter gash along the, let's see here, the port side of the hull of the boat, which resulted in parallel loss to the entire ship. This led the boat to be pushed by the waves towards a giant rock formation, which caused it to tilt and get stuck on the said rocks. Now that it was resting on that starboard side, which is the side that contained the lifeboats, many people were trapped on the boat for longer periods of time, which took the 30-minute period that was under maritime law to actually cause an evacuation to stretch over 6 hours, with many people being missing and 32 deaths by the end of it. Now, the Costa Concordia ran aground at 9:45 p.m. and the captain left at 11:30 p.m. before all the people had evacuated the ship, which means the elderly who needed help to get off and the screaming, crying children and the women were all left on board, which is why he's now going to trial under the case of possible manslaughter. Thank you, and back to you.
Hi, I'm Barbara May Bonavucci, and I'm here to talk to you about the Costa Concordia rescue mission that's been going on for a couple months now, actually. So the Costa Concordia ran aground back in 2012, where the strong winds pushed it to starboard in the village of Gigolo, Porto. This is an issue because international maritime laws actually discuss the fact that it took 6 hours to get actually everyone off the boat, when the law is it can only take 30 minutes to get them off the ship, so that was an issue. And now after the boat was sunk to dead, you had 40 people that were missing from the actual manifest in the cruise. Now this is not including anyone who was lost or not accounted for in the actual manifest of the cruise, like snuck on people or maybe some employees that just weren't listed for under the table. So they started sending in rescue teams, which took actually several months to search the entire ship. Now this is believed to be because of strong winds and violent waters, since it was still in the ocean. The final body was actually found on November 3rd, we are told, 2014. That's right, November 2014, which would be 2 years and odd some months since the boat actually sank in January 2012.
Well, that's the news for today on the Costa Concordia and much other things. I want to leave you with this one final thought. That if as Americans we can't crash a cruise ship into a giant rock to impress a lady friend, well, that's news to me. This has been your host, Chip Chapley with the news. Goodbye, America.